hard one. My number 2 pick was no other than Avengers Endgame. I was so hyped to go see this movie. I mean, after what we saw in Infinity War, I was like, yo, I need to see how we resolve the problems of what happened in Infinity War. Like, I need to see that. Like, I need to see what happened, and I can tell you that when I saw this movie, I was just locked in. From, you know, the opening scene of Hawkeye seeing his family disappear, and then, you know, fast forward into, you know, Captain Marvel showing up and saving Tony, and them planning on finding Thanos and killing Thanos and trying to bring everyone back. I mean, just to see those characters, one, get introduced to Captain Marvel, and not only that, to see those characters find Thanos, and the very first thing that they do when they find Thanos is not only just interrogate him, but Thor cuts off his head. Because when he cuts off his head, they find out that they can't bring their friends back. And then 5 years go by, and it's like, some people have moved on, some people have not. And it's like, when you kill a whole civilization and all of your friends are dead and they're not coming back, what do you do? You know, what do you do? Like, how do you cope with that? You know, just to see the coping mechanisms of the straw, and maybe they find this one strand to potentially bring them back. You know, Tony's like, no, I don't want to do time travel. No, I don't want to do this. And then he figures it out like, okay, in order for us to do this, we have to do this. And they come together, they figure out a way to time travel, and they figure out a way to go to different parts of the times where, you know, they go back to the first original Avengers movie. And we see them travel through, you know, the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And it's so many things and elements that you see in this movie that keep you on your seat and focused on what's going to happen. We see Hawkeye turn into Ronin, you know, killing people, you know. Like, so we see so many cool things in this movie. One big thing that really hurt me in this movie, we saw Black Widow die. You know, she sacrifices her life to get the stone. Then we see her funeral, and this movie was a heart-wrenching movie. Like, you're either crying with tears of joy, or you're crying because somebody died, or you're crying because you realize that none of our favorite heroes are probably not coming back. Like there's so many emotions in this movie where you're like, what the fuck is going on? But the best part in this whole movie, is where Captain America is facing off against Thanos, and he has Mjolnir in his hand, fighting him, and then Captain America gets thrown on the ground, and he grabs his shield and he tightens his shield. And he's like, I'm not, you know, we see the willingness within him not going to stop. And as he's breathing hard, we hear, Cap, are you there? Cap is Sam. On your left. And when we hear that, or the theater I was in, we were literally crying with tears of joy, because the very first people we see walk from Doctor Strange's circles was Black Panther and Shuri and Okoye, right? We see them walking out, and then we see the other Avengers. We see the Guardians of the Galaxy. We see Doctor Strange. We see Falcon, Spider-Man, and in that pivotal moment, we see them all rounding up together. And then Captain America's like, Avengers! Assemble. And everybody's just going in, and I'm just like, oh my God, Like, I was on my seat, like, holy shit. Like, this movie was fucking amazing. Oh my God, like, I will say the progression of the movie was kind of slow, but I enjoyed the fact that it led up to the point of us seeing this major battle where they are fighting off Thanos' people, and then the most iconic scene we see is where Thanos and Iron Man are fighting, and then we see Iron Man take the Infinity Stones from Thanos, and Thanos doesn't know, and Thanos says, "I'm inevitable." He snaps, and he looks, and he's like, "It's not on my hand." And then Iron Man pulls up his hand, and the Infinity Stones lock into his armor. And he says, "I am Iron Man." And he does the snap, and all of his characters, all of the people just fade away into dust. That was a pivotal point for me in that movie. I was just like, oh my God, and then Iron Man died that night. And just to see that happen the way it did, it was just amazing. I really did enjoy that movie. It's my number 2 pick for a reason. And y'all are gonna be really surprised what my number 1 pick is, but if I had to pick any other movie to be on my number 2 pick, it would have to be no other than Avengers Endgame.